This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, December 6th. I'm Tori, and I'm here with Al, Erica, and get ready, y'all. Lindsays here. What's up? I'm back. We are so thrilled to have you back.
I'm happy to be back. I said, all we need is Kelly over in the corner, and then you got the loudest studio in show business. So I'm happy to be back in the office.
Oh my God. And how's Kinsley and Colin? Everyone doing okay?
Everyone's doing okay. Kinsley's going through a little sleep regression. So she was sleeping like 8 hours, 6 hours, and then it went to like half an hour, 2 hours. So we're trying to,
She just did that so you appreciate the 8 now.
Right. She wanted me to be like, okay, get you really ready for work tomorrow.
That's right. Well, you look amazing, and we can't wait to hear what you have to say about everything.
Thank you.
All right, we're learning new details about the parents of the teen accused of last week's school shooting in Michigan. So the parents were arrested Saturday morning following a really intense manhunt. According to officials, they were hiding in a Detroit warehouse near the Canadian border after withdrawing $4,000 from an ATM. They've pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Now, prosecutors say they bought their son a gun as an early Christmas present and failed to keep it locked up. They also revealed that on the Monday before the shooting, a teacher saw their son searching ammo on his phone, and the mom did not respond to officials when they called her about it. But later, the mom sent a text to Ethan saying, "LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught." First time we're seeing the parents get charged in a major way, right? This is a new thing. Are we okay with it? What do we think, Lindsay? We haven't heard from you. How do you feel about parents being held responsible, especially because they bought the gun?
Right. I think it's a responsibility of any gun owner. It's our right, but it's your responsibility to own that with care. And it's also your responsibility as a parent to be mature and responsible when your kid's getting in trouble at school or acting out and showing that they need help, to say not LOL and maybe like, let me talk to you about what's going on. Because the incidents leading up to the shooting were not anything to blink at. It was like he's drawing something where somebody's shooting and killing someone. He's searching ammo. He's making other students uncomfortable so much that one student didn't even show up to school the day of the shooting. And then they call you in for a meeting, and the parents sit down and don't collect their child when they say your kid needs to go home for the day. You have 48 hours to get this kid therapy, and they decide, or counseling, I should say, and they decide they're going to leave and go to work. And so the reason the school didn't send the child back home because he'd have no parents to go home to. And so to me, they failed at parenting and failed at being responsible gun owners, and they left other people devastated because their children are now dead. And so I just look at this whole story, and I think it could have been avoided. And then this cockamamie thing I'm hearing about, they're not running from the police, that they were in some art warehouse randomly, and they got misconstrued or mixed messages. It just all, especially by the Canadian border, it just all screams to me like parents that were almost enabling their child and failing their child miserably, and kind of helping him to do something that they saw coming all along.
I agree. Anyone disagree? Anyone think differently? The sheriff's... Oh, go ahead, Erica, please.
Well, no, I don't disagree with any of it. No lies were told there. I think especially in this era where everyone is so about like what their rights are, what are you actually teaching your children about authority, about boundaries, about the need for law and order? I think people are very much, a lot of parents have been very insulated in trying to protect what's theirs. Your children are watching this. That means that they aren't necessarily getting all the context to the reasons why you may feel the way that you feel, but also it's important that we have some respect for authority. There's no respect. There's no feelings of like, oh, I might get in trouble. The parents are enabling by text. You think that text message was the first time that his parents enabled him?
I know.
So the idea that they're sitting awaiting trial or sitting awaiting whatever charges they're coming up on, I would just like to see Kyle Rittenhouse's mother sitting right next to them.
Interesting.
I don't know. I can't believe that we're even having this conversation. At what point do we start talking about we're way past warning signs and on to the action part of this? This kid had so many warning signs that I feel like this would be the example that you gave to schools or school districts to say, if you had a student doing this, this is what you should do. But there is no plan in place for anything like this. The monster at Parkland, he was not allowed to bring a backpack to school because everybody knew that he was a problem, and they turned out to be right. They knew that this child was a problem as of that morning, and they turned out to be right. But then where do we go, Lindsay?
Well, listen to this.
Then what now, Erica? It just seems like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Let's hope he doesn't bring a gun to school.
Like, let's just cross our fingers.
What other situation do we handle like this?
Exactly. Now listen to the sheriff. I just want to let you guys know this. He said, quote, certainly after the second encounter in the morning, and Al, this is to your point, I believe it was more than appropriate and necessary to contact law enforcement on that day. I believe that we would have had an appropriate response. Our school resource officer would have been asked him to be removed from school, and he would have had counseling or whatever ordered by the school to take place. I think everybody dropped the ball. Every single human grown-up. The kid wrote, help me, and everybody just dropped the ball. I'm not condemning or condoning. I'm just simply saying no one helped anyone in this situation. It's all...
Maybe we should condemn and condone, and not condone, and maybe start fining, firing, and putting people in jail, and things will change.
I agree with you. I do. Let us know what you guys think here. If you didn't hear the news, Chris Cuomo has been fired from CNN. On Saturday, CNN announced it had terminated him effective immediately. So Chris was suspended last week from his primetime slot after allegedly misleading bosses about his involvement in his brother Andrew's defense. Then on Wednesday, Chris was accused of sexual misconduct. Through a spokesperson, Chris has denied the allegations. So get this, though. Chris is now saying that CNN boss Jeff Zucker knew all along about his involvement with his brother's defense. Does anyone think Chris Cuomo has a limb to hold on to here?
For sure. Well, I do, because I think, Chris Cuomo's in a situation where he's compromising the entire network's credibility, right? It's CNN. No matter how much opinion they have on it at night, he came up as a journalist. He separated himself from his political family intentionally and did the morning shows, reported on different fires and different things happening. He actually went the journalism route. And so now he's here and he has a brother. And we all learned, I don't know if you guys did, but my sister is my priority, my little brother. Look out for your little brother. Look out for your older sister. And that's something that's ingrained in you. So to figure out which one takes priority, this career that you worked for or being a good brother and trying to help out your brother, I'm sure who he believes in these allegations, whether that's right or wrong, that's a really hard place to be in. So I don't think him trying his best to toe that line and keep his job is that bad of a thing. I think now he just has to deal with the repercussions.
I think it's a really hard thing, but a professional should be able to do both things and be overtly clear about what avenues he's using, because he's in a position of power to help his brother who is looked at. I don't
think he should have been put in a position to do that. I think a higher up should have been like, absolutely not. This is a conflict of interest, and this is embarrassing to our station. We cannot do this. I thought it looked ridiculous when I was looking at it in real time. Did it look crazy to you, Erica?
Actually, I'm not shocked by any of this. I'm not shocked that that higher-ups would know what their highest billed person is doing. I mean, there's a lot of incestuous nature that happens at the very top tier of every organization. It's just the way that it is. Right. It shouldn't necessarily be that way in every realm. I just think that a lot of things, it's like, I'm scratching your back, you're scratching my back. We got to make this thing work. I think when it comes to Chris Cuomo, when you said a professional should figure out how to do both, I don't know if there was a path for him to do both. I think there was a path for him to take a hiatus, to step down, and then focus his attention,
recuse himself,
and then come back. And people, the court of public opinion, would have judged him on, was it appropriate for him to stand up for his brother or not? That would be a conversation or a situation that I would have felt more comfortable with. But to commingle both the allegations, which are egregious allegations against his brother, and I don't want to just say his brother was in trouble.
The network was egging him on when his brother was the go-to person during the coronavirus, having them banter on air. But that was slightly inappropriate too when you're playing around with your brother during coronavirus on air for ratings at CNN. And so they wanted to toe that line, having his family member in that conversation.
Exactly.
But now when he wants to back up from that line and say, okay, this is going too far, now he doesn't have that right. So they kind of, like you said, are commingling it all and trying to say, now it's too much. It was too much for me then watching it. Nobody thought that was funny at the time for them to be playing when people are dying, and then to find out what Cuomo actually wasn't doing in New York while he was being helmed and held up as the greatest of all time. It looks really bad all around.
The Cuomo brothers, not a good look right now. Let us know if you disagree. Coming up on DBL, the smash hit My Girl. You might have heard of it. It went platinum, and it's all thanks to this guy. We're talking to the founder of The Temptations, Otis Williams. But first, imagine getting fired over Zoom during the holidays. Hear how the terminated employees reacted coming up next.
Closed captioning provided by
I forgot about this part. I was about to drink my coffee. I guess you can in the breaks, right?
Yes.
You can drink coffee. So,
Lindsays Back.
I'm back.
So how many weeks were you gone?
Oh my God, I don't even know. I think I left in August and now it's December, so I feel like I can't believe it's winter. And it actually just turned winter like yesterday in Denver.
Yeah,
It was warm
it's been
until
so warm, like unseasonably warm here. And then yesterday was the first time we were like, oh, you could see your breath. So do you feel like you got enough time, or do you feel like you needed more?
I do. You know what? I like completely just hung out with my kid, like shut down all things. Any work that was still left on the table, I gave to other people to take over for me, and just like really detached. And I felt like everyone's like, "Oh, this time goes by fast." I felt like it was perfectly timed. If that makes sense, because I just really was present.
Yeah.
And I was trying to intentionally do that. I know Al was like, "Listen, my kids are getting grown. I'm seeing them taller than my mom. Take advantage of this time." And so I took that advice that people gave me really seriously and really took a step back in it. I think it was awesome. I bonded with my kid a lot. So.
Yeah, good. And you look, I mean, she looks amazing. Does she not look amazing?
I appreciate that.
It's like, it's strange
I
to be
appreciate
like,
that.
as a new mom coming back, like, wow, you look so refreshed.
Colin thought I was on vacation, but it's hard when you're a woman, because it's like, yeah, you might be sitting there watching Netflix, but to have somebody on you, I'm nursing, so like have somebody on you all day and then trying to figure out why they're crying all day, it is like a job. And so I have a profound respect for stay-at-home moms. I did before this, but now I get it. It's like literally you're busy. I didn't understand how I could be busy all day. I was busy every single day.
Yeah.
But it's awesome, so I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So what was a part that you felt like completely caught you by surprise that you didn't expect, good or bad?
How dry it is out here for the baby. Her skin is very dry.
But see, and this is the worst in like years.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
I have to like lather her down, and they laugh at me because how oily I make my baby, but.
Welcome back. This story has us all talking. Can you imagine finding out you were out of a job weeks before Christmas on a Zoom call? Well, get this. The CEO of an online mortgage lender fired 900 employees exactly that way. Take a look.
This is the second time in my career I'm doing this, and I do not want to do this. The last time I did it, I cried. We are laying off about 15% of the company. If you're on this call, you are part of the unlucky group being laid off. Your employment here is terminated effective immediately. We're
This
providing
is
4
not
weeks
real. Oh my God.
of
I
severance.
can't believe this.
I mean, there's gasps here in the studio. The CEO also accused some of the fired employees of basically stealing from their customers by being unproductive and lazy. He posted a really mean comment on the professional network Blind about his lazy employees. What do we think about this? Al, I feel like you're going to say it's good. I feel like you're going to say it's good.
I'm not saying it's
What
good.
is it?
I'm not going to say it's good, but I have to walk it like I talk it. And I say a lot of times that I don't like the fact that people's places of employment try and ingratiate themselves into their lives too much. Like, we're a family here. We really are here at DBL, but certain places, I don't like you saying we're a family, because that's when you start asking people to work on Fridays and work on Saturdays. I think there should be a line. Now, could this have been handled better? Yes, but if this had happened over email, people would have had a problem with it. If he had called everybody in one by one, they're like, he called me in to fire me. He could have done that over email. So I don't know if there's any great way for this to have been done. I really don't. I really don't. don't. I don't.
Because there's 900 people on that call. Each of them have different managers and different groups, I'm sure, that could have let them down on a one-on-one basis. It's not like that man had to speak to 900 people directly. And I just think that's so disrespectful to call people on a Zoom and say, you guys are unlucky. How about my merit? Tell me why I'm losing my job individually versed on, except for like that you're unlucky. Like that's ridiculous. There's people that you report to every day. They should show people more respect and don't call me on a video to say, sorry, you're unlucky.
Well, and it's like, where was HR?
Right.
Like, is this, what is going on here? First of all, he talked about how he felt. No one cares how you feel, dude. Like, no one cares. You got to keep your job. Secondly, if you're going to say lump everybody in as it being lazy or unproductive or whatever, if I'm one of the 900, I want to know, which specifically is it? Am I the lazy one or the unproductive one?
Nice.
Because you've just completely generalized 900 people. So this is ridiculous. This guy is super unprofessional. And it also gives a dog whistle or whatever kind of whistle out to everyone else. Like, this is not a company that you want to work for.
I was going to say, not only that, but did you know the company got a $750 million cash infusion last week from their investors? We'll be right back.
Oh.
Meet Martha.
Go ahead, guys. It's your turn.
Getting a picture with Santa is one of those classic Christmas traditions for families with young children. But recent headlines say there aren't enough Santas to meet the demand this year. So let's verify. Is there a Santa shortage for the 2021 Christmas season? We went to these sources for an answer. Mitch Allen, founder of HireSanta.com, a site where people can hire Santas, said the Santa shortage is a basic supply and demand issue.
There are just fewer people than there are jobs.
Allen said his company has seen a 120% increase in Santa requests this year compared to pre-pandemic levels.
We just can't meet that demand. And unfortunately, we're having to turn away business right now.
IBRBS, formerly known as the International Brotherhood of Real Bearded Santas, is an organization that represents more than 1,800 Santas and Mrs. Clauses. Following a year of mostly virtual visits with Santa, Stephen Arnold, IBRBS's president, said this holiday season, demand is up 20% for his group compared to 2019.
Parents want to have that one-on-one experience.
But while demand for Santa is up, supply has declined. Allen said the number of available Santas for his business is down by about 10% compared to 2019, which he attributes in part to COVID-19.
Last we were looking, over 335 Santas have passed away due to COVID and other reasons.
Concern for personal safety is another reason some Santas are opting to sit out. In a survey of 373 Santas, 16% of respondents said they're planning to take the 2021 season off because of the pandemic. So we can verify, yes, there is a Santa shortage for the 2021 Christmas season. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
Welcome back to DBL. Earlier, we talked with none other than the baritone legend and Temptations founder, Mr. Otis Williams. That's today's Chatting with the Stars.
How you doing?
I bow down to you all this way. Oh, I'm fine. How you guys doing?
We're good. I'm sorry I sung over that.
Yeah, you should apologize for that.
Okay, I apologize, sir.
Y'all should start a group. You sound good.
Otis is too kind.
Yeah, the non-Temptations. Okay. After 60 years of making music, Otis, you're still touring, even now. So I wanted to know for you, what is it like performing now in 2021 versus back in the 60s? Is the crowd different? Talk to me.
I must say the crowd is really they're very intelligent about what's happening in show business. When we started out during the 60s, just us being on the stage, they would go crazy. But now they are more in tune. Oh, yeah, they phoning it in, so they can tell if we faking the funk, which we don't fake the funk, we give it to them because we know they're very knowledgeable and intuitive about what's happening today.
Smart.
Well, Mr. Williams, I just want to say on behalf of myself and my colleagues, we all came to see you, Otis.
Yeah!
Okay.
You know what? I thank you for that because I asked Leon about that. He said, Otis, Leon was the guy that played David Ruffin. Mm-hmm. He said, that was an improv. He said, the scene was going so good, I just threw it in. I said, yeah, but Leon, we were at my play, in New York, and it was packed. So the people were saying, "Oh, this," and I said, "Hey, Leon, they came to see me now. Look," and he said, "You got me, you got me."
Okay, that's right. You let him know, because just to put it to context for people who are living under a rock somewhere, "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis," is a classic line from Temptations and the movie, or I should say. And how did you feel about that when it went so incredibly viral?
Well, you know, I almost met it with mixed emotions, but you know, when you're dealing with the public and things can just really go haywire, and I looked at it as fun of it. Even now, when we're on stage, I said, well, you know, they said ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. I said, yeah, but look at everybody in here now, and they would applaud. So I turned it into a joke.
That's beautiful. You're the last surviving member of the original lineup. So what is it like performing next to this generation of Temptations? And do you ever have flashbacks to the old days while on stage?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Classic Five will always be remembered. And the guys that's helping me carry the banner now, I adore them, because they know they're stepping in the legendary shoes that was there before they came along. So they're doing a marvelous job, and I'm very happy with the guys that I have now.
All right, I have to ask this question. It's a very serious question. Which Temptations member was most popular with the ladies?
You know, I get asked that all the time.
Do you?
Well, I must say Sweet Eddie Kendricks, because he was tall, nice looking, and he had a beautiful tenor voice. And then I must say Melvin Franklin, because Melvin had that deep, profundo bass, and he was such a gregarious personality. They loved to hear Melvin talk, you know. So we kind of, David and Paul and myself, we kind of took second seat compared to those two. But nevertheless, we all got paid the same money, so it wasn't that much difference.
Hey, I'm sure there was equality all around.
That's right.
All around. Yeah.
Well, there's a musical coming out about you and the Temptations called Ain't Too Proud. So what's it like watching your life played out on stage?
You know, when I first saw it up in Berkeley, I was moved to tears. So when we did it in New York on Broadway, so as I'm sitting in the audience, so they're looking at the play, but I found them doing like this here, crane necking to see if I'm showing emotions and whatever. And I would look and I said, yeah, I'm crying too, because to see my life story being portrayed, it touched. You know, it's not all about the dancing and the choreography. There are some very serious moments in there where I started losing members and disagreements. So it's got depth, not only from the music possibilities, but from the actual life that we live.
Otis, I just have to say what a pleasure it is that you're here today. Thank you for being here. But we want to get to your new album, The Stories Otis Has. Wow. I wish I could go out to dinner with you. What is the new album called, and what makes it so special, Otis?
Well, it's called 60. The Temptations has been around for 60 years. And the first single from that CD is written by my friend, one of the best lyricists of all time, Smokey Robinson. And the name of it, is it going to be yes or is it going to be no? Where touching is heard. So it's very sexy.
Nice.
Especially when you said it.
But he said it. I was like, okay, dim the lights, everyone.
Can we play out?
I gotta go. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh.
I wish we had more time.
I know. What a pleasure. Otis, thank you so much for chatting with us. And congratulations on 60 years of the Temptations. What a life well lived. And for everyone at home, you can share in the celebration by checking out their new album on temptationsofficial.com. You can even buy tickets for their musical Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations. My whole family's gonna go. We'll be right back. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
We came to see you, Otis.
We came to see
Thank you, guys. Beautifully done. Thank you. We love you guys. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
What's up, homie?
I can tell she was feeling something. I tell.
Erica blushed for Alfonso Girl.
Would you have been cooking naked?
Cooking, yes, on our last show.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Am I right? Say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got chills.
Me too. Clearly.
DBL is always all new every day.
Last month, the World Health Organization declared the Omicron variant a COVID-19 variant of concern because of its many mutations. As more cases emerge, some people on social media are questioning how researchers are detecting Omicron. So, let's verify. Is there a new test to detect the Omicron variant? Our sources are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and an infectious disease specialist in South Africa. Every COVID-19 variant has a unique genetic code, and researchers are constantly looking for new mutations. The WHO says one of the widely used PCR tests, which extracts genetic material from a nasal swab sample, is able to detect a unique marker that could indicate the Omicron variant.
One of the genetic mutations in the spike protein, we can flag it from one of the specific PCR tests that we use to diagnose this infection.
Those samples are then sent for genetic testing to confirm the presence of Omicron. So it's false that there's a new test to detect the Omicron variant. Researchers are using an existing PCR test to search for indicators of Omicron and confirm with genetic tests. For example, in the U.S., the CDC sequences about 80,000 samples every week, which is about 1 in every 7 PCR positive cases. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
A decision on the Supreme Court's latest abortion case is not expected for months, but if the conservative majority agrees with Mississippi's law, it would almost immediately have a major impact on a huge part of the country. 21 states could almost immediately ban or curtail access to abortions if the Supreme Court chooses to overturn or weaken Roe v. Wade. 12 states have so-called trigger laws that go into effect if Roe v. Wade is overturned or weakened. Most would ban abortion outright, while some include limited exceptions. For instance, back in June, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed a new law that would almost immediately outlaw abortions and threaten doctors who perform them with life in prison or a $100,000 fine. And it's not just trigger laws. Another 9 states will have pre-Roe abortion bans that could once again become enforceable if Roe v. Wade is struck down. The court isn't expected to release their final ruling until this summer.
Welcome back to DBL. We've got the one thing you should do to speed up your metabolism if you want to lose weight for the holidays. I'm listening. It's time for a healthcare tip presented by Health Markets. So doctors say there is one thing you should add to your morning routine to increase your metabolism, and that's green tea. Drinking a cup of green tea before breakfast puts your body into fat-burning overdrive, providing you with more energy. If you're looking to get health coverage, Health Markets can help you find a plan in minutes. Just call 1-800-390-9633 or log on to healthmarkets.com. Green tea.
Who knew?
Who knew? Speaking of green tea, everyone loves and misses you, and you look great in green.
And the tea that I had this morning.
I was like, how does the tea connect?
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.